Course Plus. Expressway to elegant career.
When we think of taking control of our minds and finding calm in a busy and hectic world, many of us will instantly think of meditation. Meditation is an ancient practice that is used by billions of people around the world and that has been practiced for centuries. Now, scientists and researchers are starting to decode its many benefits, but nevertheless, it's still understood by a great number of people. Let's take a closer look at meditation, how it can help us, and how you should get started. Perhaps a good place to start is to answer the question, what is meditation? While many people think of meditation as a way to achieve enlightenment, to recreate the effects of hallucinogenic drugs, or to practice various religions, the reality is that meditation is simply a form of practicing control over your thoughts. It can be all those things, but at its most basic, meditation means trying to focus your thoughts or clear your mind, which is essentially the equivalent of training your attention. So often, our thoughts are reactive. We are constantly being distracted and taken from one experience to the next, whether due to television, to music, or to something else entirely. But when you meditate, you will be actively controlling your thoughts. You will become introspective and you'll start to reflect on the very nature of thought itself. And as you do, you'll learn to remain in control of your thought processes so as to prevent yourself from becoming easily distracted, stressed, angry, or otherwise experiencing inappropriate or unhelpful emotions. This is a highly valuable form of training, and it's one that's particularly relevant in today's fast paced and constantly connected world. Meditation can help us to conquer stress and to improve concentration in a range of tasks. Studies show that meditation can help us to improve our mood, our concentration, our focus, our creativity, and more. It has both immediate effects by providing us with a break from the stress of our internal monologue and helping us to experience theta brainwaves, but it also has long term benefits as we start to learn to better control and understand our own thoughts and emotions. Meditation has even been shown to boost our IQ. That's right, it can actually make you smarter. And this also correlates with more connective tissue in the brain and a greater ability to utilize different areas of the brain at once for single tasks. Fortunately, meditation is gradually starting to make its way into the mainstream. More and more productivity and lifestyle coaches are recommending its benefit, and it forms an integral part of cognitive behavioral therapy, which currently is the most popular form of clinical intervention for a whole host of psychological difficulties. Still not convinced? Then I invite you to have a listen to Tim Ferriss's podcasts. Tim Ferriss is the author of The 4 Hour Work Week and is one of the most influential writers on the net when it comes to topics like fitness, self improvement, productivity, and happiness. His most recent project, the podcast, sees him interviewing a large number of different influential figures. Those include Matt Mullenweg, the creator of WordPress, Maria Popova of Brain Pickings, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and many, many more. One of the questions he'll often ask them is what their morning routine looks like and if they have any other habits they consider important to their success. What does Tim Ferriss note is the one thing that nearly all his interviewees have in common? They all meditate. So, if you want to be one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs, if you want to be spiritually enlightened, or if you just want to be smarter, then you need to start meditating. But while meditation has benefits across the board, it's also worth noting that some forms of meditation appear to be more effective at promoting specific psychological benefits than others, and this is according to a study from the National University of Singapore. If you want to get the best benefits from meditation, then you need to choose the right type to get started with. Here's what the study found when comparing Theravada and Vajrayana meditation. In the study from the National University of Singapore, it was found that Theravada meditation is more effective than Vajrayana for promoting relaxation and calmness. Studies measured activities of the parasympathetic nervous system, the prime purpose of which is to promote calmness, while practitioners were deep in meditation. Those using Vajrayana, meanwhile, were found to activate their sympathetic nervous systems, which controls the fight or flight response. In short, this would lead to elevated heart rate, focus, and arousal. This is a particularly interesting finding, as conventionally we view meditation as a means to calm ourselves and relax. After the participants had engaged in their meditative practices, both groups were then asked to take cognitive tests, and it was found that the Vajrayana group were able to boost their performance considerably from a single session. This demonstrates the broadness of the term meditation, and it shows that different types of meditation have different specific advantages. In this scenario, you might decide to use Vajrayana meditation to psych yourself up for a competition or to prepare for an interview. Then use Theravada meditation to calm down afterwards or to chill out before bed. As you can see, the type of meditation you use is a very important factor in determining the outcome. Likewise, you'll probably find that some forms of meditation are more accessible and enjoyable than others, depending on your own goals, your experience, and your interests. The question then becomes where to start. Well, keep watching and we'll look at some different types of meditation and some different terms. Bear in mind that you don't have to stick rigidly to any one of these, and actually, you can create your own kind of meditation by just setting your own goals. Nevertheless, any of these will provide you with a good starting point to do more of your own research and to start practicing the art of meditation. Now, the first is mindfulness. Mindfulness, also called vipassana, is a type of meditation that comes from Buddhism. It's also the form of meditation that's perhaps the most widely used in the Western world today. A good example being its use within CBT, and this is something we're going to come to in much more detail in subsequent videos. Essentially, the goal in mindfulness is to be aware and to be present of your own thoughts and to reflect on them. This form of meditation does